So, hey everyone, as well as Jack, who's our chief of staff over at HelloWoofy. And we have another person coming in. Looks like Ali is joining in. So, Ali, welcome to a call. But guys, if you're tuning in right now on live on the Facebook group, the LinkedIn group, the LinkedIn pages, and whatnot, if you're looking to tune in, definitely click on the link on your account. It's a little black box that says group mentoring calls every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern to be part of this conversation. We can answer your questions. We can answer your questions, comments, concerns, all that stuff, and as well as share advice, tips and tricks around how to build a small business and whatnot. So, Ali, welcome to the call as well.
Hi.
So we're going to do a couple of things today. We're going to talk about some FAQs, some frequently asked questions that you guys have been asking for, and some new stuff that Jack has been working on as well from the new design on the website. So we're going to be talking a couple of things. But before we get to that, Jack, why don't you introduce yourself real quickly for people who don't know who you are? I know you're the man behind the tickets, so why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself briefly?
Yeah, hey everyone. My name is Jack Foley. I'm the chief of staff for HelloWoofy. I have been doing a lot of the support tickets, support calls, and then also demos as Arjun has been traveling around the country. And so there's been quite a few trends that are popping up. I'm glad that actually now we have a working support page where individuals can find the information they need quicker. And so we found that actually, at least over the last 30 days, most people have been having problems with understanding the file upload limits per social platform. And so we do have a pretty extensive article on that that breaks down specifically the numbers of what you need. What's really neat is we've had a lot of searches with Alexa, Google My Business, and Instagram posting, along with connecting social media accounts. But it seems like everyone is doing fine because actually there's a difference between people asking questions in tickets and what's being searched in our knowledge base. That means that people are starting to use the knowledge base and learning themselves, which is phenomenal. But remember, we're always here to help you if you have any questions. But that's basically it from me, Arjun. We've been doing great in the support side.
That's okay. And then the other thing I would say is I know this was a pretty big issue for a couple of you guys with Google My Business. We reached out to the Google team. We work with them very closely, and the Google My Business integration has been fixed. It's up and running. I just got the word this morning saying that it's stabilized and it's good to go. So if you guys are looking to reconnect your Google My Business account, it should be perfectly fine. I know one of our biggest clients who's an agency. They have, I think, like 100 or 200 Google My Business accounts. So it was a pretty big deal for them. So it's all good to go. It's been stabilized, and of course the scheduler is up and running as well and stable. So thank you for your patience. About a week ago, we did have some issues there, but again, we always count on you to be great customers. So I appreciate that. Ali, before we continue on, Jack, let's go ahead and introduce our customers as well. So Ali, introduce yourself. Who are you? Why are you so awesome? What's your business, and what are some of the ways we can help you out today?
Okay, I'm Ali Schneider with the Tax Relief Company. I'm in Stuart, Florida. We have two different companies, SFS Tax and Accounting and the Tax Relief Company. I've been using HelloWoofy for I don't know, maybe 2 months. I was using OneUp from my Google, and I was using Buffer. Still have them. I'm not using. I'm trying to get acclimated and everything on HelloWoofy. I only have a couple of months left, and it was just easier to transition. The issues I'm having is, for lack of a better way to say this, I'm finding the calendar very clunky.
Okay.
On Buffer, I was able to view individual posts. I have two different companies that I post for. I need to be able to see what's one company, what's the other, and I can't. I'm looking at my actual calendar, and I've got just on the calendar, and it's got the circle with one on it. I mean, I could share my screen if you wanted me to, but when I go into this and I click on it, and it'll show me two posts, but how do I separate the colors? I need to designate them. And it was just much easier seeing them actually in a calendar listed rather than the circles, because I'm trying to get myself used to going into library and putting my post there, unless it's just like a Friday quote or something that I'm used once in a while.
Yeah.
But
so to answer your question, it's very simple, actually. One of the things that I would say is on the top right. So it depends on how you set up your account, right? So I always recommend, and Jack does, similar, is that you want to make sure, first off, the library is filled with as much content, which I'm assuming you have. That one library carries over to multiple calendars, which is the next thing we're going to talk about. If you look on the top right, I do have multiple calendars, for the purposes of demo.
I just want to go slower because I just want to open mine. So where am I going, into settings?
Well, so there are multiple calendars on the top right. So what I was going to say is you have two companies, maybe make two different calendars for each of your companies. One is the tax business. You click on my calendar, you will see only the integrations that are available for that calendar, for that business on the right side. Right. And then when you switch, let's say I want to go to my other business that I'm running, right? Personal, you'll see that there's only the Alexa scheduler available right there. There are no other integrations. So for you, and that's going to be important for you, because when you go into the actual calendar, you'll see that I don't have anything scheduled here because I don't use the personal calendar. But when I switch, I can see all my business posts here. I can see the campaigns, that I've been scheduling. This is AMA Tuesday coming out every Tuesday, Pet Wednesdays every other Wednesday. So my point is, you can then differentiate between one business, all the posts, and another business, all the posts, just by dropping down on the top right.
So you can't really see it as a calendar block, block calendar with both, like so I can see both that I'm doing on that particular day.
I thought your issue was that you're seeing too much at the same time.
No, I'm not seeing, it's like I can't visually see what the posts are that I'm actually seeing. I'm just seeing numbers. It's like here, I'm just.
Oh, okay. So in the list view, if there was something that was being posted, you can see the preview on the left side. And then you can just click on it and then see a preview there as well. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, I mean, it's like if I want to, I have to actually click on these green circles that have like what, however many posts I have for that particular day. So I actually have to click on it to view the post.
Got it. So Jack, maybe what we can do is upon hover of any of the posts, maybe we show the preview itself, and then Ali and everyone else can see what that post looks like. I think that would alleviate some of that. And by the way, the green circle, if you take a look at here, what that means is that there are 3 posts. If it goes over that, then it'll turn yellow. It just tells you from a heat map how much content is going out. So you don't all of a sudden say, oh, I have 9 posts on one day and I have nothing for the rest of the month. That might be an issue.
Because that's my biggest problem. So there's no way to do one calendar in 2 different color posts. So I have to use one calendar for each, which is what I do on Buffer, because everything is broken up.
So let's do a one-on-one to get some feedback on the color side, because we've never really implemented colors for campaigns. We've always done it for frequency and showing you how many posts are coming out. Because if we kept doing that, it would look like a rainbow. The whole calendar would look like a rainbow.
I guess that's the point of it, because if I have one in purple and one in green, then I can see purple is tax and green is the money.
Okay. It's good feedback. And then also on the campaign side, you can see which campaigns are running on the left side. But Jack, let's grab Ali's email and let's make sure we do a one-on-one support call and get all that feedback, put on the roadmap, and make it easier so that it could be more visual. Our whole intent is to be more visual and less clunky. So let's take care of that.
Thanks. I'm sorry to be insulting.
No, we want the feedback. And then, so how can we help you with your business? What else are you going through right now? Is it your website? Is it looking for leads, building a community? What else is going on?
We have a very unsexy business. Whether you talk, everything is IRS based. It's not like I have my tax and accounting, it's year in, year out, bookkeeping, tax and accounting, and we're national.
Yeah.
My husband's an enrolled agent, so we practice nationally. So I'm doing regular campaigns. I'm heavier in posting during tax season, obviously.
Yeah.
But tax resolution is the very unsexy, because people don't want to deal with problems. We handle notices, letters, when they owe money, back taxes, that type of situation in tax resolution. I have websites. I have all of that. I'm starting to do more integrations Like now I just integrated Asana with my Monday. I'm trying to work through and even integrate Zapier. I have to figure that out. But I'm trying to automate more. And it's taking me a little bit longer because my old brain doesn't grab it.
Step by step. No, it's not old. It's wise. It's wisdom. We in fact, Jack and I will, coming from the startup space. Actually, I have gray hair now, so I guess I can call myself that. We always want the gray hairs in the room because they know about things that we don't know. So we appreciate you. I'll say take it step by step, automate step by step. And even though you say it's an unsexy business, first of all, it's a self-limiting belief, because I know I don't know, but I follow plenty of TikTokers on TikTok that talk about career advice, they talk about taxes, they talk about how to build real estate funds. Like they have hundreds of thousands of people following them and millions of likes, and so you can turn any business into a super sexy business so long as you're really passionate about it. So like if you just take a quick selfie video, and we have a team out in Philippines now that's doing it for us. They take my longer videos, they slice it into 30 smaller videos, and you'll start seeing over the next few weeks that we're actually scheduling those videos through HelloWoofy onto TikTok, Instagram, all the other platforms. And those are just quick advice. For us, it's marketing advice. For you, it could be tax advice, right? And then of course, put the disclaimer on the bottom and whatever you have to do to make it simple, but it's like 30 seconds right there. And then if you want to learn more, call us now or email us and whatnot.
Because I was looking at the demographics on TikTok, because one of my staff, they're young, and I said, why don't you do TikTok? There's this TikTok guy, tax guy on there.
Yeah.
So I was looking at the demographics, and because our avatar is over 50, and TikTok is not really for over 50, because people that have tax problems for the most part are over 50.
Okay. There might be some, inheritance, people as well, people who are younger, they have to figure out how to take care of, trusts and all of that stuff. I mean, I know plenty of people who are in Hamptons and the Montauk every weekend. They could use some tax advice. They should.
You're going back to the tax advice. I'm talking about resolution. The folks that have tax problems are business owners that were shuttered during COVID. They didn't pay payroll taxes. They're personally responsible. Any kind of tax problem, they're getting letters because they've owned businesses for years, and so that's more of the over 50 demographic.
I think you can build a community on a few of these. I mean, that's the beauty of HelloWoofy, right? It's a community building platform. So you don't have to build one at a time every single day, right? Every single platform. So what we always say in our demo calls is if you're building community, diversify. Just like a financial advisor would tell you, diversify your marketing portfolio. Social, web stories just came out for WordPress. What else we got? Blogging, newsletters came out a week and a half ago for Mailchimp integration. So like diversify across the channels, and then you can take an article, turn it into a video. You can take a video, turn it into an article. And you can find great people on Fiverr and to be able to help you go back and forth between those, and that's all your content. The SEO stuff will take a little bit longer, but it'll be more worthwhile for you for sure.
Do you have an integration to ActiveCampaign?
On the roadmap. ActiveCampaign's on the roadmap. Jack, what else is on there? I think it was the MailerLite is on the roadmap as well for newsletter. I think Constant Contact was the other one.
Oh, good. I use Constant Contact from my email.
Yeah. Huge shout out to Alex Stern if you're listening. He's one of the
founders. Excellent. Thank you.
All right. Well, let's move over to Gab. Gab, welcome to the call. I haven't seen you in a few weeks. A few months now at this point. How are you? Can you hear us? No, you're on mute. There we go. So Gab's one of our early adopters and supporters, so I appreciate her input here today.
Sorry, I have a big monitor here and a little one here, and I'm trying to move back and forth, and I'm not using my mouse today. I'm using my touchpad and blah, 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 blah.
Are you using your cat today or your dog today and not a mouse? I'm just kidding.
Right. Well, I have my, the place where my mouse is normally plugged in, I have my terabyte plugged in. So I have to use the touchpad, which I'm not used to. Hey, Allie, I did accounting for 30 years. I was a bookkeeper, and I totally feel you on accounting doesn't feel sexy. And so what I focus on is business building, because as accountants, we get to see behind the curtain and under the hood of how people use and spend their money and how to be effective in building their businesses. So if you look at from a business building perspective and the accounting side of business building, then you can take a very dry subject and actually create some interest in that subject. And then also, I love that Woofy allows me to take one piece of content and put it on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, etc. LinkedIn is a great place, as well as Facebook, to take those short videos and get that content out there. And people are much more video absorbers these days than they are of written content. And my recommendation, though, is do a short paragraph of telling people what's in the video. Don't just drop a video. Give them 2 or 3 sentences of what they're going to be watching, and keep your videos under 5 minutes if you can.
Yeah, those descriptions are really good for also YouTube, because YouTube is, what is the second, third largest search engine after Google, being owned by Google. And a lot of their descriptions come up in search results, and then of course they get indexed in Google as well.
Right. Google owns YouTube, so it's Google, Facebook, YouTube, I believe, if you're doing US, and if you're doing worldwide, there's 2 China-based sites that are in the top 5, but I don't remember what they're called.
Twitch, I think it's 6th, I think 6th or 5th now as well. Twitch is,
what's that?
Twitch is coming up pretty big in terms of live streaming. Well, I guess video streaming in terms of after
yeah, but Alexa ranking on search as the entire whole, it's still probably somewhere between 20 and 30.
What is Twitch? I've never heard of that.
Twitch is YouTube for gamers, essentially.
It's not me.
I have a 14-year-old that loves Twitch and Discord.
Yeah, which both are on our roadmap. Discord might be happening this month or the following month. But I was going to say, Twitch is started off as gamers going live, and then, I mean, I've seen other stuff on there too going live, but for the most part, it's been known for gaming. So Gab, tell us a little bit about who you are. What are some of the things that you're running into? How can we help you out? And we'll go from there.
Is Jack a new member of your team? Hi,
Jack.
Yeah,
Jack's our chief of staff. He joined. He came through our funnel. He came through our funnel. He became a customer, and then I put a PSA out saying, "Hey, I need help because I'm drowning." And in a lot of stuff, and then he came in and overhauled everything. So if you see, actually, let's take a quick pause. Jack, do you mind sharing your screen and showing us the new stuff you've been working on HelloWoofy.com, and then we'll go back to Gab for a second to help her out as well.
I'm going to send you a chat message real quick.
Alrighty.
All right, so over to you, Jack, to share a little bit of the new stuff that you've been building, so that our community can understand where to go, how to find information, and just overall make it easier for them.
Can you guys see my screen?
Yes,
Yep.
Go for it.
Okay. So this is our new homepage. I've been revamping the site and making it a lot more informational in terms of viewing your plans and what you have and what you have access to for each plan. You can actually now have see in depth everything that you have access to by the numbers underneath every single plan. Then you can also view our integrations page by going to HelloWoofy.com/integrations. And again, now you can see every single platform that we're integrated with and what specifically you can do on each platform and what plans have access to it. And so very, very useful here. And then in terms of demo, you can also watch it on the website, but now we have a feature section to where every single feature has its own dedicated preview of how it's supposed to be used. And you can view what's happening in the background in terms of how we do things here at HelloWoofy. Then in terms of support and accessing our blog, a lot of those additional pages are down here in the footer. Now our support page is a lot more user-friendly. We have video tutorials. We have a extensive knowledge center. And then now we also have support tickets where we have a response time of under 4 hours. And then also we have one-on-one support calls. And so we started channeling them a little bit differently to where we can start measuring internal metrics around them, and so it's really useful for us. And so this new way is a great way. So lots more to come in terms of the website, making sure everything looks fine, and then also starting to improve the app side of things and making the UI and UX a lot better for everyone that loves to use HelloWoofy.
I love it. This is some of the stuff that we talked about a year and a half ago. The tutorials and the videos, so that it's really easy to know how to navigate the site. When I first started with you guys, you were barely a year old, not even a year old, right? And your chat, not your chat, your how to get answers.
Yeah, help
section was on the roadmap. You were trying to update it, but the problem was that you were doing so much and adding so much that you couldn't keep up with the FAQs because there was so much constant upgrading and new stuff coming down the pipeline. So I'm excited that you did that.
And I mean, like as always, we're looking for partners. We're looking for people to help out as much as possible. Jack was definitely one of those people who raised his hand and helped out, and now he has equity stake in the company. He's doing everything that
for you, Jack.
Yeah, so that's the power of community and bringing people in. I've got 2 more people coming in, so thank you for coming in.
So you want to hear something wild? I have not really put up a post in a while, and still, if you go look at my affiliate, people are still clicking on HelloWoofy that I put out on web pages and stuff. Like almost every single day, there's clicks. So
that's awesome.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah. Anyway, so I don't know if you have seen, I started a vodcast, and I will message you, Arjun, directly. I would love to interview you. We've completed 70 interviews so far, and we published 22 episodes, and it's going strong, and we're coming really close to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube at this point. And yeah, and our first episode was only published in April. Our first video was put up literally 11 months ago. No, 13 months ago. So it's really growing. I know how to reach you directly, so I'm going to message you and set up to do an interview. And
I'll be in San Diego next week because one of our investors is holding a summit. I just got back from San Diego, and then
that's
I have to be
2.5 hours from me.
Okay, well, I'm not saying you come up that, but I'll be in the area, so we can chat for sure.
Are you going to come to LA again anytime soon?
Right now, my main focus is if I'm going to a city is for capital raising, because we're growing really fast. We do need to get some infusion of capital in. So that's that. If there's a opportunity there to meet investors and potential partners to help us grow, and so that someone once said, we don't build our businesses for our customers. We build our businesses for our customers to help their customers, right? So if there's an opportunity to do that, then we'll definitely be there. So yeah, let me know if there's any opportunities in your pipeline.
I will reach out and see.
Okay.
I live like less than 10 minutes from Dodger Stadium for perspective, and San Diego is 2+ hour drive for me. So I love you, but I'm not driving to San Diego.
Yeah, I totally understand. But all right, so let's move over. I know Michelle and Pablo joined as well. I'm going to make sure that they have an opportunity to say hello and hi. Michelle, I'm gonna ask you to unmute. You're on mute right now, but if you can hear us, try to unmute and tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, why you're awesome, and how can we help you today. Michelle, can you hear us? All right, so you might be having some connection issues, but we'll move over to Pablo. Pablo, how are you? You're a little in the dark right now.
How are you? I'm doing just fine. Just checking in with these meetings. Haven't been here for a while.
Yeah.
Seeing you gallivanting around the world, selling your product and getting more investors. And there are a lot of people that are willing to help you out.
Well, send them our way because we could use a couple of checks right now, given our growth and our roadmap and everything. So definitely email me if you know people who are looking to deploy capital, and actually give us advice as well on how we can further grow this business.
Sure.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are. It's for the community who doesn't know you, and some of the ways.
I'm retired. I'm an independent investor. I dabble with the internet to keep this brain going because, a lot of seniors tend to get Alzheimer's because you know what? They don't do stuff.
Yeah, you should never retire. There's no such thing as retiring for entrepreneurs.
Right. And other than that, I enjoy this product a lot. I've talked to a lot of people about it. I'm truly amazed at the development that has come from this product from day one. And I have been here since day one. And anybody that is interested or considering about getting some type of multimedia tool, this is the product.
Mm. No, I appreciate the love there. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Well,
Michelle, can you hear us now?
Finally.
There you go. Hello, how are you? Where are you calling in from?
I'm calling from Monk's Corner today.
Okay, welcome. So tell us a little bit about who you are, why you're awesome, and what area of your business, your small business, your underdog business, can we help you with today?
Okay, well, first of all, my name is Michelle, and I am working with a nonprofit organization called Iota Phi Lambda Sorority.
Okay.
And what I need help in is trying to, a lot of times I have picked up on, people say, oh, we got the great sayings for you, it's for you, but it's nothing to do with sorority and recruiting.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm just trying to figure out. I did one post so far, one post, and I'm just playing around with it until I figure it out. But guess what? I have a major meeting with the whole group, and they want me to tell them why they should go into this HelloWoofy because I'm the one and I'm like, oh,
well, it seems like you're up Jack's alley. Jack, is that correct? Do you want to chime in real quick, and then I can talk about some of the ways to create content, because that's a number one question we get all the time. But Jack, I'll send it over to you to talk about.
Hey, Michelle. This is Jack. I think we spoke on the phone almost now a month ago. When you were thinking about purchasing HelloWoofy. So in terms of, and I know we connected over both of us being in Greek life. I know that in terms of putting out recruitment posts and content out to social media, HelloWoofy can directly help you in terms of making sure that you're using the right emojis, the right hashtags to get in front of the, you could call them the young folk, but basically the Gen Z, those coming into college, those in college, right?
right.
And then also on top of that, right, I'm sure that you guys have a blog or newsletter that your headquarters puts out, whether it's you writing that or whether it's someone else. But HelloWoofy, if you paste that link into that description, you can pull quotes from that newsletter. So for example, if you have like testimonials, right, you could pull quotes from the testimonials of how the sisterhood helped you later in life, things like that. And so in terms of having HelloWoofy, it's not a tell-all for everything. However, it's a tool on your belt in terms of getting content out and being continuous with content. And that's really important because the folks today, my generation, we have stuff coming in front of our face like this, right? Left and right every 5 seconds. And so it's important to stand out and create content that's relevant. And so we help you with that, and to make sure that there's a volume that comes along with it in terms of volume of content going out so you can stay relevant. So that's how it can especially help the headquarters, but also it could help on chapter to chapter basis in terms of making sure that each chapter is putting out content and it is showing their philanthropy, showing the events that they do, and showing the sisterhood that's a part of your sorority.
Yeah, and Michelle, I would add to that is, we get this question all the time, is like, how do I create content? How do I build community? Because I know that everything is going digital and we need to have a diversified marketing portfolio, right? We can't just expect people to walk in the door And especially in the last 2 years, boy, if you thought you could only have people walking through the door and do a multi-billion-dollar business, you definitely change your thought process around that. One is testimonials. Why are people joining? Why are they enjoying it? What are their experiences are? What are their objections? Why are they not joining it? Why are you able to convince them, to join? What are the benefits, besides the social factor or the career benefits, right? What are those objections and solutions? Frequently asked questions, what are people asking again and again and again? That's content. I don't know how you're kind of taking in your inflow in terms of questions. Are you taking it all in email? Or you have a Zendesk platform? A lot of the content that we come up with or the articles we come up with are based on the Zendesk tickets. But when you guys ask for help, you ask for clarifications, that tells us that we're not doing something right and we have some areas of improvement. Plus, we can talk about that as marketing content. And then the last thing is just getting your community to start working with you. Any photographs you have, any videos you have, anything that shows social proof is really good to get more people into the flow. So like, for example, this is great content for us because we have 6 people on the call, 4 customers. Everyone in our community is saying, oh wow, they really care, they really listen, they're really providing value, and here's a good networking opportunity. I can sit in my pajamas and talk to people around the world who are small business owners and whatnot. You got to do that for your business too. And so hopefully that helps understand where you can create content and why community is so important. Does that kind of help you? Do you feel you're getting somewhere with Michelle?
Yes. So are you telling me, because we do newsletters,
Yeah.
and so do my newsletter has to do it need to be posted on the website so I can push this out, or can I push my newsletter, which is usually about 10 pages, out?
Newsletter is 10 pages. You may want to revisit that. You want a newsletter to be super short because if it's any longer,
Okay.
and Jack, we should probably get back to what the length is exactly. But after a certain point, Gmail actually will cut it and say click here, and then open a new tab, and that the drop off rate at that point is really low. So what we're saying is, you take with HelloWoofy, right, and you can start with little by little. What Jack was saying is you can do the social automation. Let's start with the number one thing. Why do people use HelloWoofy? It's for social media. You got the Twitters of the world, you've got the Facebooks of the world, you've got Instagrams of the world, and let's say LinkedIn's of the world, right?
Yeah.
One message, the description, the image, that maybe the hashtags and the link or whatnot, all of that can go to all of these platforms at the same time. So you got one message, multiple channels. Now beyond that, if you wrote an article, you wrote a blog post, right? Let's say you wrote a really great. I'm getting someone's phone background. Can you guys mute yourself if you're on the phone or? All right. So then let's say you wrote an article. Now the way you write an article is you go to something called Journal, which is the second to last tab on your HelloWoofy account. And you can try to type an entire article. It'll help you autocomplete it. It'll type with you. So I'm going to take over your keyboard. Although we are working on some GPT-3 integrations right now, so keep an eye out for that. That'll be additionally more intelligent to help you write the article. Let's say you have a featured image on the top. You have a couple of links and a couple of text in the bottom. That post can then go to a blogging platform, WordPress and Medium at the moment, and it can go to Mailchimp as well as a newsletter. And so now you have the ability to do social, blogs, and newsletters through Mailchimp all at the same time. Does that make sense?
Okay, it does.
Yep. Now, was your website built in WordPress, or what kind of a website built it?
I think it's built in WordPress. I don't do that part of it. Okay. If it's not WordPress, it's definitely Woot, but I'm almost certain it's WordPress.
Okay, well, let's assume it is WordPress. The other integration we launched about 2 weeks ago with the new plugin that we upgraded is called Web Stories. Now, for Web Stories, this is something that's very new. It may not dramatically change your life today, but if you keep pushing out content of Web Stories, what you have the opportunity to do is actually rank really well in search results. So when you search for content on mobile, it'll have the search bar on the top, and then it'll have the results and everything. There's actually a section on mobile called Visual Stories, and those stories, if Google finds them indexed on your and is able to index them on your website, they look like a normal story, like an Instagram story. And you can actually have slideshows of images and videos and links and text and all of that. and you can drive people from the story to your website. So it's a very visual way to keep it. So that is actually available now as a part of the plugin if you have that downloaded. So you got 4 things that you can take care of now.
Plug in. Okay.
Yeah, the WordPress plugin. Again, Jack can help you out if you want. You can just send us a support call or a ticket, and we can kind of walk you through how that works.
Mhm.
Cool.
Yeah, and Michelle, if you need help in terms of materials and things to say during that meeting, I don't know when that meeting is, but
It's a big meeting. It's like all the heads. I'm on
Okay.
that board, and it's next week. And you know what? I would love it if somebody else could explain why I am using HelloWoofy compared to
Yeah.
all the other ones that they wanted,
Mhm.
because they like, Michelle, whatever you say, that's what we're gonna go with. And I have all these
Well, why don't we
chapters.
do this for you? Jack can come in and do a quick 5-second, 10-second, whatever spiel you want him to say. And he really represents exactly the demographic you're talking about, right? I used to be his age.
Yes,
I'm
he's the
30.
right age.
I'm too old.
Yes.
Maybe.
He's the right age, because we have all these young people.
Yeah.
There you go, Jack.
all these old
Adding to your
people
job
love it.
description.
Michelle, I put my email in the chat, and anyone else that's in here, go ahead. You can save my email, Michelle. Let's chat about it offline.
Thank you.
We'll get together on a call. We'll figure out what the next steps are, and I can get you in the right direction.
Thank you so
Certainly
much.
help.
I appreciate
Of course.
All right, let's move over to our last but not least customer. Hakeem, can you hear us? We can't see you right now, but if you can hear us, please unmute yourself and tell us a little bit about who you are, why you're awesome, and see you later, Pablo. And what are some of the areas we can help you with? Hakeem, you there? All right, if you're not there, that's okay. Guys, I was just doing a quick demo while Jack was talking about, inserting links and getting our, information from that, link as well. So again, things to keep in mind is that there are a lot of features built in. For example, in this case, I took a link, I summarize it using the summarizer, and I added a couple emojis in, but I could also take, quotes from here and plug those in from the article. So there's a lot of capabilities here. If it's not clear, if you haven't been using it, exhaustively, then let us know. That's why we do these calls to help you out, maximize your community building efforts. As Jack mentioned, you can also click on Need a Paw. If you need any help, you can click on that. You can schedule a demo with us or send us a ticket. If you ever need any consulting calls, I just did a consulting call yesterday. I did one this morning. I have another one tomorrow. It's $100 an hour, and we will literally sit down and whiteboard everything you need for your business, from funnels to if you're running any equity crowdfunding campaigns you're looking to do. We've done 4. We raised $1.2 million. We know a little bit about how to raise capital. And you need help optimizing your website, all that stuff. So keep in mind, we're here to help you out. So that consulting call is also available for you inside your dashboard. And then just keep in mind, there are a lot of new features coming out soon as well. The mobile app has been upgraded. So if you haven't downloaded the new mobile app for both iOS and Android, do that. It has the library function built in now. A lot of you were asking for more capabilities in mobile apps, so we listened to you. You can actually see your library content there. You can schedule your library content from the mobile app, and a lot more capabilities are coming out, including Facebook Reels automation and Instagram Reels automation. So that's going to be coming out soon too. Gab, you have a question? And you have to find your unmute. There you
go. So again, it's been a minute since I've been in the software. You still have the demos that we can schedule, or
so that's the Need a Paw button. Yeah, that's the Need a Paw button. It's a 10-minute call. And then what we're going to try to do is more office hours. So we've been trying to do it for the last few weeks or so. Every Tuesday, Thursday, we'll do office hours as well.
So the demos that you used to have back in the Wayback Machine, those are gone. I have some.
You mean for the sales? You mean for the sales demos?
No, I have some new people working for me, and I wanted to see about when I came to a demo in the Wayback Machine. It was here's how you use the software.
So if I will take this one. So basically, if you're already a paying HelloWoofy customer, which you are, so you would go to hellowoofy.com/support, and there you would actually I can share my screen here. Give me 1 second. so I can actually show you as well.
Yeah, that'll be helpful because then the recording will then be on YouTube everywhere.
Yep. So I'm gonna share my screen. Okay, do you see my screen?
Yep.
Yes.
So if you go to hellowoofy.com/support, and if you click this schedule a call button, what it'll take you to is it takes your email, and then you can either say that you've submitted a ticket or not. It just helps us internally. And then what it will do is it will open up this menu here, and you can find a time that you want to schedule with your team, just by you, whatever. And it's a 15-minute call to where a support agent, most likely me, will actually dive in deep, help you set everything up with your flows, educate your team, whatever you need. We're here for you during that 15 minutes.
Okay.
And you can have as many of these as you want. And so that's where we're here to help you and support your business, especially if you bring new people on that need to learn. This is exactly how you schedule time for them.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Mhm.
So that's replaced the previous version. This is a more almost one-on-one-ish.
Yep. And the
Where
current
in my case, it'll be like 3 of us
Yep.
on my team.
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. The current demos on the site are for sales demos.
Right. And that's not what this is for the people who actually already are working
You're
with
already
me.
sold. Yeah, you're already sold, so we don't have to sell you twice. Or like I could sell you twice.
I mean, I've had how many people? 15,
Yeah,
16,
a lot.
17 people get HelloWoofy.
There you go.
I have to go look at my affiliate dashboard.
There you go.
So really quickly, Arjun, did you
Yeah.
see the message I sent you?
Okay, so that's the billing thing. Jack will help you out with that. So you have Jack's email. I see Jack's email after that thread. So go. Can you email him real quick, and he'll help you out. Jack.foley@hellowoofy.com.
And let me just copy it and put it in my email, and then I will send him.
And while you're doing that, I just want to answer Pablo's question as well about Mailchimp. So very easy to integrate with Mailchimp. Just click on. So obviously choose a calendar, right? So like Ali was saying, she wants to kind of separate the calendars, and that's how you separate the calendars. But if you wanted to add the Mailchimp integration to that calendar, just go to the right.
I got it.
Yeah, click on add Mailchimp. It's going to go through the whole process saying, hey, welcome to Mailchimp. How do you want to authenticate, blah, blah, blah. And then where you'll see it is, let me move zoom away, is on the bottom. So you can see, it's Woofy Inc. That's the name of her. That's the name of her account. And then when you see, when you go into the journal, which I was mentioning is where the blogs and your articles stay. Let's say we want to send this out 3 ways to see consistent. Click on the upload. Now this is where it gets interesting, right? You can have the blogging section on top, and then the Mailchimp integrations on the bottom. So if I want to send it out to only a specific audience or a list called the sales webinar list, I can send it only to them. And then at the same time, I can send it to my Medium account and the list of email addresses all at the same time. And we'll send the full article to the email and the full article to the blog post, to the blogging platform.
Muchas gracias, sir.
Okay, you're welcome. By the way, you can also, once you're done with that, it'll ask you, hey, you want to create a social media post out of this, and it'll do that as well. So our real vision is to be that one-stop shop for all kinds of scheduling, one message, multiple channels. By the end of the year, our vision is to do about 8 channels. We do about 4 or 5 right now. The 5th one will be the Alexa scheduler. But this is the vision that we have for you guys, so that you can do everything at the same time.
Speaking of email, you mentioned MailerLite. Do you have an approximation on the roadmap, or is it? I know it's building the API, blah blah. blah.
Yeah, we Jack, what do we have? I think it's going to be either by the end of the year or Q1 of the following year. But I think we're going to be doing a couple of things sooner, so I don't want to put a date on it right now. I'll say as soon as it comes out, and you guys as a community, if you're tuning in, like if there is a integration that you want now and you need it now, let us know. Like Michelle looks like she has an integration she wants to talk about right now, but so let us know in the Facebook group. Michelle, go ahead.
Member Planet.
Member Planet.
Yes, please do Member Planet.
Well, let's see what this thing is and if they have an API. Getting started. Don't see an API for them, but let's see what it is. So Michelle, tell me a little bit about what
it's
that
like
is.
Mailchimp.
Gotcha. Features. I'm looking at their website quickly and I don't see an API. So we can reach out to them, but I see they do a lot of fraternity, sorority integrations. Hey, Jack, can I ask you to reach out to them and see if they might be open to doing an API integration?
Already on it.
Memberplanet.com. Yeah, that's great. Well, yeah, that's exactly what we need, that kind of feedback. Cool. All right. Any other questions, guys, anyone has before we conclude the call? All right. Well, virtual hugs from Princeton, New Jersey. Usually we're in New York, and Jack is usually in Pittsburgh, but he's also traveling right now. But thank you so much for your time today, and we'll look forward to seeing you next week.
See you later from Utah.
Bye.